Hello everyone and welcome to Inside Line Racing, specifically round number 6, or ILR6. Round number 6 here for the Monaco Grand Prix. My name is Leon and I am the ILR6 commentator, as I have been for the whole of this season, and I will be for the rest. As I said, today is round number 6. Excuse my computer, I wanted to get a bit of attention. Yes, round number 6 here at Monaco. 18 drivers. Is going to be an excellent race as there is some rain. Everyone in the chat there, the ILR6 chat I'm talking about, dreading the sight that rain was on the agenda. So this should be an entertaining race. Let me just quickly get the stream a little bit shared out. And then I'll get the standings up as well. There we go. Right. Let's get off Bray, I think, or Brie, I don't know. This Ferrari, I'll name him this Ferrari for now. Said to pronounce him as the cheese, but I've never heard the cheese, so that's the issue here. Just to update you before I go through the standings, Nazu has left the league from leading the championship, so yeah, there's a new championship leader. Quickly try and get right, so that's perfecto. Hold on a minute. And this is a little bit annoying, but trying to get the standings up. So let's have a look. Anyone actually on a lap? Not from what I can see at the moment. Oishin's gone quickest with the 1:10.6 on the mediums. That seems very, very quick for ILR6 pace. And there's there is a lot of yellow flags. I can't even get it out of my mouth. There's a lot of yellow flags, and there will be. It's Monaco. It's a street circuit, the tightest one on the calendar. What are you going to expect? Hold on a minute. Let me just quickly get the standings up because they are loading up now. So Patuka is leading now on 53 points. Second is Joe on 48. Third is Aledi on 40. Rebecca then on 39, Scott on 34, Big W on 33, then it's Jaruru and Nipro both on 31. ESD Mats is on 22 points, Heavy T is on 17, Stiggy is on 16, Johnny R and Speed Iceman are identical on 14. Unji Bray, I'm going to have to literally have someone physically say it to me to get it right. But anyway, they're on 13 points. Bastos on 10. Oishin on 4. Muffin on 1. And Carl Meds, there you go. Bigzery and someone new to the league. Doyne Canoe. I call him Canoe. I'll say Canoe. I don't want to offend him, but I'll say Canoe. I think he'll mention it to me anyway. Let's actually get on to the commentary. Hello, Spag and Chips, Lenny. I know you're commentating ILR4 tonight. Guarantee you're looking forward to it. Let's actually get on board with someone. Scott coming through the middle sector, also known as swimming pool. And cutting the chicane, as you perfectly can do. Coming through... I forgot every corner name. He did go for Raskas in the final corner. I'll get a track guide up. And he goes 9th for the 112.2. Newell, or Null. I'll call him Newell. Right, I'll call him Newell then. I'm trying not to offend anyone here by pronouncing names wrong. Anyone else? Johnny, the other Red Bulls, just started a lap. So we can full on go on board with him as he comes through Casino now. And coming up into the end of the first sector. Mirabeau, I believe it's called. I have to have a track map up. As I need to remember. But now going through the chicane, slowest corner of the calendar, turn 7, the Mirabeau Bay, and now coming through a tunnel leading up to the Novelle chicane, notorious for people overshooting it, hitting the back of someone else. You can easily cut it on this game. For some reason it's very strict, but he takes it very nice. Through to back, turn 12, easy to hit that wall. Now coming up to the swimming pool chicane. Takes that very nicely. He has got a Haas in the way with no front wing. As he went through Raskas and now through Anthony Nose. Up to the line. Johnny in the Red Bull goes 7th with a 1:11.681. Bear in mind, most of these drivers will be on a wet setup, as they have said it's going to rain in the race. I don't know how long for, they've just said rain. Let's go with Speed Iceman, who currently has no wing, so we're not going to go on board with Speed Iceman. Big Zuri, my Christ the sunlight, as he comes through to back, he has got a car on the way of Bastos. Coming into the swim pool chicane, Bastos is not getting out of the way here. Oh, Bastos! Oh, what is he doing? That's probably going to result in a penalty, I would think. Big Zuri to the line is not going to improve because of Bastos, and was only less than a 10th down. But I think Bastos is going to be in big trouble, and Speed Iceman is the first retiree of qualifying, not setting a lap. Bastos' lap has already finished. Didn't exactly start. So, let's go with someone who isn't currently struggling to get around the track. I don't believe Mats is on a lap. No, non-ERS. I'll just say final corner. I don't really want the critique for every corner, Lenny. Lenny, for ILR 4, I'm going to critique you on everything you do wrong. Since you're doing it back to me. You'll hear it in my comment. Yeah, I know. I know I will. And I guarantee when I get someone who properly knows how to pronounce it, Prix. Right, Prix. I said Prix at the start of the season. So I don't see, I guess I must have changed. Prix. Prix, currently he's coming through to back, which we still get it wrong. He's up by half a second coming through the swimming pool chicane now. Can mount it as much as possible. Heavy T is now getting in the way. A little bit of dirty air for Prix through Raskas and now through the final corner. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. 1 second. I'm back, sorry about that. Prix went 5th. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing Prix wrong. I don't see how. Prix just is a lot easier. Heavy T is on a lap coming through the chicane. No, why did I say chicane? The hairpin. Big Zuri, provisional pole with a 1:10.3, was able to set a proper lap after the block from where is he? Bastos. Anyway, Heavy T coming through the Novo chicane, and that was a wall. But I think he's going to carry on, coming through to back now, clipping the wall again, coming through turns 13 and 14, I think. I don't even know if there's that many corners through swimming pool. That sounded like he cut it, and you can hear the people in the pit lane. Coming through the Raskas and into Le Pit for Heavy T. Scott pitting. A Leddy up by 3 tenths in the first sector alone. A big wobble coming into the tunnel out of, forgot the corner name, Portier. Coming through the Novo chicane. A big look up on the inside front. Not the inside front, the outside front. And I believe it was invalidated the lap time. Yeah, then it's backed off. Anyone else? No. This is slightly bad timing, but whilst everyone's getting ready for the final runs, I will quickly have to eat my food that just arrived at the worst time. So hopefully I can scoff this in a couple of minutes before the final run. So if you don't hear any commentary, I'm just trying to eat the food that has arrived. So commentary will resume in 2 minutes. I'll have to try and finish that on the formation lap. Joe has gone second, the 110.4. The big thing there though, whilst I was trying to finish my food, was that Bigsery got a 5-place grid penalty for impeding or / blocking. So that means he's not going to get pole. He is currently provisional pole, will technically get pole, but will not start from pole position, will start from 6th on the grid. So, Ocean up by 2.5 tenths in the first sector alone. Ocean seems well too quick for this tier if you ask me. But anyway, anyone else close to finishing a lap? Matt is coming through the final sector, through Raskas. That is a very, very wide line through the final corner. Matt's to the line, does a 1:11.0. Johnny's next, no. Matt's got starting the final lap. Jaruru coming through Raskas in the Red Bull. Currently both Red Bulls are outside the top 10. Can Johnny get into the top 10? Yes, he cannot. It was 1:10.9, I think, but and Oisin goes quickest to the 1:10.2. Bigsery's not up on the lap time. It's a car ahead. I'm trying to find that is. No, not on a lap. Back on board, Bigsery. Oh, it's a Leddy to the line. Stays where they are. Bigsery does not improve. ONG Prix doesn't improve. The track just suddenly worsened. Well, what? Scott is only up by a fraction of a second. And a big wobble out the swimming pool chicane coming through Raskas. Can he get near his teammate perhaps? Through the final corner. Scott to the line does a 1 minute 11.9, puts him right behind his teammate. Ocean's finished, so is Bigzery. Ledi is finished as well. Bastos finished. Jaruru coming through the final corner, pretty wide line, but anyway, Jaruru to the line does a 1 minute 10.5, putting himself in 5th position, technically 3rd. So it's pole position for Ocean, and technically it's a 1-2 for Racing Point, as the Renault of Bigzery will have to serve his 5-place grid penalty. So yeah. So fairly entertaining qualifying. We seem to be waiting on Null, who could retire, but isn't. So how does everyone think that qualifying went? I think it was quite good for Monaco standards. Wet race, however, so it should be very fun. So whilst qualifying isn't finishing, I'll quickly try and finish my food. 1 second. I've just finished the food and the qualifying results are finished. But top 5 was Oishin, Bigzery, Joe, Jaruru and Heavy T. Big W gets promoted to the top 5 as Bigzery has a 5-place grid penalty and will be starting in 7th. Oof, wet race. Wet races are hard. I've had experience in the Monaco wet, and they are not nice things, but trains are a thing. So it's quite easy. As the formation lap begins, by no shock, everyone is on the intermediates. Now for Oishin, this is fairly good, in a way. No one likes the wet, but Oishin is first. Oishin will have no spray. The only challenge for Oishin is if Joe gets a good start off the line and if Oishin makes a mistake. If Oishin makes a mistake, it's going to cause an absolute pile up. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if the rain's meant to stay the entire race. I haven't got a clue. So, hey. Let's just hope it stays, I don't know. But the common theme of what everyone's been saying in the ILR6 chat before this race is that at Monaco, if it mainly was meant to rain, then if you finish, you're practically going to get points. Sorry. I'm having a look. I'm having a look for in the ILR6 chat to see how long the rain lasts. I don't see anything. So I think we're ready to go. As the drivers line up. I finished 11th one time around Monaco. Was a bit annoyed. Just one more. Well, this should be fun. So the drivers get ready. Iceman will be the last driver, who seemingly just said 1 minute of rain on my radar. 1 mins. Oh, 10 mins. Only for 10 minutes. So this will be interesting. As we get ready for the start of the Monaco Grand Prix. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And away we go for the Monaco Grand Prix. It does look like Ocean's got off to a fairly good start. Joe though on the getaway. Oh, someone's got the wall there. It's a McLaren. Can everyone try and keep it clean? There may be carnage. Let's hope there isn't. Who's that going side by side up the hill? I don't know. There's a bunch of yellow flags going on and a lot of spray. But I think everyone in the top 10 has kept it clean. Perino, if that's how you say his name, is at the back, backwards. Oh, that's a Speed Iceman's off in the wall. JTX has had an incident, so Scott. But other than that, fairly clean. For Monaco standards, I would class that as pretty good. Timing screen's a little bit messy at the moment. Yellow flags in sector 2. Let's have a look. I don't see anything. So, coming out of the tunnel for the end of lap 1. Or what might be. Joe is still behind Oishin. That is Matt getting a bit close to EVT. EVT with a bit of a back end wobble. But all good so far. And Bastos with a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. And then Newell with a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. So we're getting penalties on lap 1 for corner cutting. So this can give us a big clue on how the race is going to go. But at the end of lap 1, Oishin leads, Joe second. Oishin must have had an invalid lap as Joe got past his lap. Jururu third, Heavy T fourth, Matt's fifth, Big 3 sixth, Big W 6th, Big 3 7th, Brie 8th, Nipper 9th, and Aledi 10th, and Speed Iceman is the first to retire. I don't know where that is, but Speed Iceman is the first person to retire. People are finding this Monaco wet conditions tough. The rain is very light, it's practically drizzle. Good boy Big Zuri. It's Big Zuri who hasn't gained or lost a position. Currently on the back of Big W, who has lost a position to Matt at the start of this Grand Prix, is a little bit struggling in the tunnel. The tunnel, as everyone knows, is perfectly dry, and on the set of intermediates it's not exactly easy to go through, but the driver should be able to do it quite nicely. Train starting to form here. I wouldn't be surprised if Big W may have wing damage, but I didn't see any from that camera there or that one. So perhaps Big W is just struggling. Nick Pro with a 3-second time penalty. Ooh. And Big 3 giving Big W a nice little tap on the backside, just saying that he's there. Lap 3 now begins. And no position changed in the second lap. There's not many overtakes, it's just trains. Which is a bad thing for a commentator's perspective, because you want to see overtakes and we want to show it. But at Monaco, it's not exactly that easy. But hey, we're going to go over this train. It's currently being led by Big W, because Matt is probably a bit too far away to give Big W even any tow. Gap is 1.8 seconds, or 1.6 actually. Pretty good middle sector there from Big W. So we've got 5 cars, I believe, in this train. Bastos with a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Big W with a big wobble. Bigsery cutting the entire chicane. So Bigsery now with a 3-second time penalty. Everyone seems to be getting the name on the board fairly quickly. And as we start lap number 4, Joe now sets the fastest lap. And the track must be getting quicker as personal bests and purple laps are being set lap after lap after lap. 3 laps in a row. The track seemingly is getting quicker, which means the rain may go away. My personal experiences, when it stops raining at Monaco, it takes its time. Okay, engine revving with Nipro, so we'll try and get off that. Oh, no. Oh, we've had our first pile up. Oh, no. Oh, there's yellow flags all over the place. I think there's been another one. A lot of contact in the middle sector. Scott's had an off as well, I think. What kind of pit stop is that for? That's the second stop for Null, but wowee. A bit of a pile up there. And I think Big W has gotten away with that without any damage. I think Bigsery did. I definitely know Nipro did, as Nipro was in the wall. Oh, Bigsery's definitely got damage. No, not Bigsery. Big W's definitely got damage now. Oh, no. And Bigsery's now at the back of Big W. Big W's carrying on, as well as Bigsery. What is going on here? A Leddy now with a 3-second time penalty. What is going on in this midfield? They haven't got a front wing to contend with here. When the drivers do pit, it will probably be for a set of mediums, as the mediums seem to just last like forever. Big W losing a lot of time, but surely he would have got damage as he hit the wall hard. Drew now setting the fastest lap of a 1:24.4. Ivan in the chat, you could always message the Twitter account, as that will probably get a response. Oh, Big W with a big shaft there, and that is a big 3-second time penalty added onto his name. Let's go on board with the 2 leaders. Hello, they got a little bit close down the exit of the hairpin. That gap is not 6/10, that is a lot smaller than that, I think, but anyway. but now the gap is 5/10. Ocean seems to be struggling. I said message the Twitter account. Lovely helicopter shot there of the two Racing Points going at it for the lead in the Grand Prix, and these two have got a gap to Big W of 20 seconds, which is about the pit stop time. So obviously they don't need to pit yet as the rain hasn't gone away, but if they were to pit, they would probably come out ahead of that Mercedes, so they would go 4th and 5th. Look how slow they go, 23 miles an hour from Ocean. That is ridiculously slow, and now there's blue flags for Null. Null might want to get out of the way, as Null has got blue flags. This could be an interesting predicament, and Null lets them both through. So that's very good there from the Alpha driver. I had a bit of a voice break there. Oh, Joe clipping the wall. No damage there though. Too light of a touch for damage. Let's have a quick look at Stiggy and Nipros. These two are battling for P9. Nipro down the inside of the Novel chicane. I'm going to get off board. And Stiggy got a penalty for it. Nipro just shoved his way through. Down the inside of the Novel chicane. Stiggy tried to have none of it, but failed. And Nipro's up into P9 with his engine revving. Back on board with the leaders as Joe seems to be mounting the pressure on his teammate. There's another 3-second time penalty that just appeared and I wasn't able to see it. Gap half a second, the gap now to Big W is 23 seconds, so they are comfortably, and Aledi is a second retirement of this Grand Prix. So there's yellow flags. Don't think there'll be a safety car, would be interesting to say the least, but I don't think there will be one. Joe seems to be mounting the pressure. Yes, wait, I'd say wait for a response on Twitter. Oh, mounting the curb, there goes Joe coming through the final corners. We start lap 9. The rain hasn't eased off, it's just kept drizzling a little bit. So we could have potentially a wet race till the end. I like to see the fast stuff at the moment, 124. 4 from Jaruru, which is fairly quick. But Jaruru's not getting on the top 2. So I guess it was just a one-off lap. This is the only real battle inside the top 10. Well, anywhere on track actually, it's for the top 2 positions. How lucky. Gap's 8 tenths now. As you can see, Oishin in Joe's left hand side of the halo. Just quite a nice camera angle as we come through Novel chicane for the 10th time. And Joe picks up a 3-second time penalty, which could come costly, but there is 30 laps to go, and that is a sight of no rain. The rain has stopped, so I won't say imminently, as Monaco for some reason wants to take forever to dry up, so I'm thinking maybe lap 15 we will switch onto the dries, and it will probably be for a set of mediums, because a tyre life of the mediums seems to be ridiculous. Ivan or Ivan, however I pronounce it. Wait. Keep some patience. Everything doesn't happen in a flash. If you message them on Twitter, wait. Well, meanwhile, Joe makes an error in the middle sector. I don't know if Joe hit the wall or something, but I wasn't looking. But Joe has lost a considerable amount of time. Come through the middle sector now. Joe regains all the lap time that he just lost. So Ocean seems to be running a lower downforce setup, which I don't see the reasoning for, as it is a high downforce setup, a high downforce track, and that is the only straight there. We can really pass someone in a straight line, and that's if you're really on the back of them. So, hey, oh, very interesting. Oh, a bit slow there from Joe. As we do see Jaruru starting to creep back into the picture. Gap's now 3.3 to Joe. There's nothing called a dry line yet. So I don't think we'll see the dries for a couple more laps. There is no other battles. Nipro's close in on Johnny. Prix is very close, or was very close to the back of Scott. Let's have a look at Nipro. Nipro is 4 tenths behind, still with the engine revving. On the back of Johnny, and won't go for a move into the Novell. It would be a little bit silly. As we go through the final sector, this seems to be this. There hasn't really been an overtake on track for a very long time, which is a little bit disappointing, but it happens. It's Monaco. Overtakes are rare, as I'm just missing one. As Stiggy is past Biggery. Wait a minute. Biggery stopped for a set of mediums. I don't think it's the time for mediums yet. I didn't even notice that. Oh, no, Shin picks up a 3-second time penalty. So that evens it out between the two racing points. Easily evens it out. This gap is now 8 temps. None of them are tempted to pit, as they know that it is still too wet. And they don't want to cost their own race a gamble, because pitting from the dry to the wet to the dry is a gamble. You want to try and get the undercut, but it may not work. And that was the blue flags of someone getting out of the way. We've got yellow flags in sector 1 and sector 2. Don't know what that was. Johnny's in from P7. And Johnny's on a set of mediums, so yeah. People are starting to make that switch from inters to mediums. We are on lap 13, so the tyres will go to the end fairly comfortably. As the mediums just happily live forever, Coming up to the end of lap 13 now. The track does look a little bit drier. Oisin taking the karting line. But yeah, it doesn't seem dry enough yet. And Johnny's losing time massively. And then Prix picks up a 3-second time penalty. Prix with a 3. Oh, well, was that a wall tap? I don't know. Yellow flag instead to 3. No one important, I don't think. Mats has come into the pits. So has Nipro, from what it looks like. Never mind. No, I think Mats has hit their front wing somewhere, and it's got a set of hards. The hards will comfortably do 25 laps, but so will the mediums. And now Newell has gone out on a set of softs. And DRS hasn't actually been enabled yet. So that's an interesting one. We'll go on board with Mats, see how Mats does on the harder compound. Not very well compared to JTX, but not bad against Scott. Scott is still gaining, but not too bad. Now Bastos pits, so I think a lap at a time, people are just slowly coming in. This is for a set of mediums, and there's a stop-go penalty from beforehand that needs to be served. And DRS has been enabled, so pretty good pit stop there from Thingy and Joe Pitts. That could be crucial, as DRS has now been enabled. Oisin past the pit lane. Ooh, Oisin making a big error there. Bear in mind the lap around Monaco is fairly small. So Oisin may come out ahead, but Oisin is losing time rapidly. The undercut from Joe could still work. Gap's now 18 seconds. I don't know how long a pit stop is, but it is around 18, I believe. .7, 17.6 as Oisin pits. Let's go on board with Joe. This should be fairly close. And then Joe through the final corner. We'll go on board with Joe. And Joe comes out ahead. That is massive. Joe has got through and gained about voice died there. Gained about 5 seconds on Oisin there. Look, Oisin with a big back end wobble. Yeah, Oisin really struggling. Now finding himself in second, 2 seconds off the leader. And in trouble of losing the win from pole. Which won't be great for the Irish driver. I believe they're Irish. Oh, narrowly missing the wall there at the Noval chicane. Johnny picking up yet another penalty. And Biggs resetting the fastest lap once again of a 1:20.9. And now Joe sets the fastest lap of 1:19.6. So fairly good going from the other racing point that's not Oisin. Oisin really just have to start trying to gain on his teammate. Otherwise the win may be lost. That's now 1.7, so Joey's being caught. Oisin now the fastest lap of a 1. I don't know what that was actually. It was a 1:19. Never mind. I'm looking at stream back if you're wondering. 1:17.7. So fairly quick there from the Irish driver. The gap's now 1.7. Gap's now, yeah, still 1.7. Giroux's losing time rapidly. So it's just a fight between the racing points for the victory. We'll see who comes out on top. Oisin seems to be pushing now. As the track is ramping up, fastest lap there by Oisin, a 1:16.5, and that is a 3-second time penalty for Joe. So that puts him in danger of losing this race on penalties. Gap is now 1.5. Now 1.4, so Joe is struggling, Oisin is pushing. Oisin looked quick in qualifying. Don't know why that was strangely weird if someone heard that. Coming from the game there. We need to go from sector 2. Let's try and find out what that was. Oh, it's Prix. Prix has had a big impact with the wall somewhere. So I'm not too sure what's happened there. And Johnny pits, and I think Prix might as well. Prix's got wing damage. And now there is no battles. There's no one within a second of each other. So we just have to wait and hope. If anyone in the chat does have anything to say, feel free. As we hope something happens. Well, there's battle there between Prix and Johnny, but Johnny's on fresher tyres. And I believe Prix has got wing damage, so this should be fairly easy. And we're going to actually switch to the battle for the lead. As it is back on. Between the two racing points. I've actually forgot to go through the constructor standings, so I'll quickly do that. I know it's a bit late, tad late, lap 22, but AO Alpha are leading. Or were leading. They are on 109 points. Haas are on 63. Ferrari 53. Racing Point 52. After this race, they are gonna be on just shy of 100 points. Then it's Mercedes on 50. Toro Rosso on 49. Red Bull 48. McLaren 36. Renault 12. And Williams on 2. And now Ocean has dropped out of the DRS whilst I was going through the constructors and has now set a fastest lap of a 1:14.5. So the lap times are still coming down. Ocean got damage on a slow back marker. Oh. That would be the reasoning why Ocean is slowing down. I guess I didn't catch it when I was looking at the constructor standings. I do apologise. Well, you probably caught it on stream then. But yeah, that's a big deciding factor in this Grand Prix. Joe does seem like he's going to go and win this Grand Prix now. Ocean is struggling to get through the corners, even at swimming pool. Left front end plate, yeah, I can actually see it now. It is a little bit is chipped off of the Racing Point's front wing, and that gap from being down to 6/10 is going to drop to 2 seconds, and I think that's in a lap and a half. So big problems for Ocean. Joe sets another fastest lap of a 1:14.0. That lap, Ocean was 1 second slower. So a couple of laps ago, 5 laps ago, Joe picked up a 5-second penalty, 3 seconds, sorry, and we thought Ocean had it in the bike. Now it looks like Joe has it in the bike, as that gap is increasing dramatically. And if Giroud can step up his game, can possibly get into second, and that is Big W has passed Mats somewhere. Guaranteed on the exit of the Novo chicane, or has done it in the Novo chicane, but Big W's up into P6. Nipro is in 5th actually on a set of hards. So fair play to the Alpha driver on a very slow compound around this track that you actually don't want to touch. I don't know why I said it so weird then, touch. Doing fairly well for himself. Up into P5. Big W will close in and may get P5 off Nipro, but is hard to overtake. So you never know. Let's switch to Biggery. Biggery is close to Bastos. It's the battle for P9. Biggery was one of the early pitters for the mediums. I don't know why it's showing 3 tyres or inters, 3 tyres mediums, 1 inters. But hey, anyway, Biggery was one of them test guinea pigs on the mediums early on. I lost a lot of time, so Biggery's trying to make it up. Doesn't have to pit again, but we'll have quite warm mediums towards the end. Quickly behind Bastos. Oh, and almost hit the back of Bastos actually. Oh, well, that was that is a very bad error. And almost hits Joe actually. Oh, Biggery's at the wall again. Oh, that Ocean's picked up another 3-second time penalty. It's going bad to worse for the Racing Point driver. But yeah, big mistake there by Biggery. Unusual for people to do that. I can see how in qualifying, if you're trying to push the limits, get as close to that wall as possible, it gains you time. But I don't really see the point in the race. And Biggery paid the price, definitely, by putting it in the wall. Almost hitting Joe, actually, the race leader. That would have been a very interesting predicament if that had happened. But he didn't. And for now, we carry on. Gap's now 4.7 between the top 2. Oishin's wing damage is incredible, and Johnny is now out. That is the 3rd retirement of the Grand Prix. 3 for Monaco, however, is absolutely fantastic. I'm not even going to lie there. 3 retirements after 26 laps with a bit of rain. I mean, that's probably the best Monaco record I've seen. And Oishin pits. So this will drop Oishin to 4th. Yes. And Oishin... What? What? I don't see why Oishin retired. Oishin would have come out comfortably in 4th, not that far behind Heavy T, and would have been able to catch. I am heavily confused at why Oishin has retired there. But hey, the show must go on. That I don't see why it's confuddled me that, but Mats is now pit from the set of hard, so I believe that is some wing damage for Mats, and it is. Putting on a set of mediums, so that's our 4th retirement. So now Heavy T's confirmed a 3rd, Jaruru 2nd, and Joe 1st, unless they crash. Yeah, them 3 are going to stay the same. Fairly comfortable, no gaps. It's possibly the most confusing retirement in history. Not even going to lie there. But anyway, the top 3 are settled. Probably the top 5 are settled. Meanwhile, we've got Bastos and JTX battling for P6. Let's have a look at position changes quickly. JTX is the biggest winner, up 9. Bastos up 5, Scott up 6, and Stiggy up 2. So fairly good by everyone inside the top 10, except for Big W and Matt. Everyone inside the top 10 has gained a position at least. And now there is literally no gaps. There's no close gaps, which is unfortunate. Sorry for getting me typing, I'm just trying to talk to Oishin at why he retired. Seemingly there's nothing is happening at the moment. Bastos is starting to gain on JTX again and has to let Joe through. And has done now, and this sacrifices himself for Bastos, and Bastos has been brought back into it now, but JTX has been able to let the leader go. He's got fighting sector 3. Okay, I actually don't know who that is. Guess they were just random yellows. But yeah, as we're on lap 30 now. Seem to be dying as well. Bastos still behind JTX. This is the only battle, and could be the only battle until the end of the race. So let me just quickly update you on ILR8 and ILR7. ILR7. Never mind, that's the wrong ILR7 stream. Give me a second, I've lost it. NK Bourne is currently winning, but they've only done 21 laps, as there was, I believe, an issue with the lobby. ILR 8. Which is absolutely dominating the views. It's currently winning by someone called Camo Babo. So yeah, I'm just trying to get back on my own stream now. So yeah, there's the updates on ILR 7 and ILR 8. They had no wet affected race, so just us on the wet affected. Bastos still close to GTX, but cannot get anything done. This will be probably what I class as maybe the most dullest race, I think. It's not had the excitement. And nowhere near the excitement. So we'll go down on one of my worst lists, or the bad list. Bastos is struggling now to keep up with JTX. His tyres starting to get worn a little bit, not badly, nowhere near badly, but just a little bit worn. So traction's not going to be as easy. This is a good representation of how hard it is to actually get an overtake done around the streets of Monaco. Oh, we have on sector 2. Max is handing off. I would guess if Max hasn't got any wing damage, I would guess that Max has hit the inside wall at the Novo chicane and spun himself around. As I believe that was what the yellow flags were for. Now the battle between Bastos and JTX has stopped again, as there is nobody near a second again. Gap between Giroux and Joe is just under 6 seconds now. I won't check the penalties, I don't really want to spoil it, but I know Joe's got 6 seconds, and I don't know about Giroux, so we could see a change in winner, but it's highly unlikely, I think. And so from sector 2, which could mean someone up front. But it doesn't. And Joe is let through by No. Gap's now 4.9. Joe is really struggling. Joe's got wing damage and a bit more. Oh, hello. Wing damage galore there for Joe. That's quite heavy. This could make this race interesting with a few laps to go. Joe with a bit of wing damage, Giroux perfectly fine and gaining quickly. Gap's now 4.2 and that's a bit more front wing gone for Joe. I just saw that lying on the tarmac. Missing a lot of that front wing now, and it looks like Joe has bottled it. Joe really has bottled it. Which is very unfortunate, but in a way funny to laugh at, not in a bad way towards Joe, but the predicament that they were in 20 laps ago, where both the racing points were dominating, and now they're both gonna lose the lead. And the yellow flags in sector 2, which will be no one here, I don't think. Oh, hello. Something's happened here between, I guess, just No. Because we're on lap 36 now. Giroux is 1.2 away. Gap's now less than a second. The problem is here is that where's Giroux going to pass? Oh, and Prix retired on lap 36, so we're down to 13 drivers now, 5 retirements. We've got into 5, we're almost at half a dozen. As we start lap 37 This is where things are going to get a little bit interesting. Where is Giroux? Sorry if my mic's crackled there, or it is. Where is Giroux going to pass? Gap's 3/10. I don't see anywhere where this Renault can fit through the gap. Joe is obviously struggling, but Giroux can't find a way through. Screw it. I know I said I wouldn't check, but let's do it. Joe is on 2 penalties. Giroux is on none. So it doesn't really matter what happens here. Giroux will win on penalties. Unless something happens. But does Giroux want to win on track as well? Maybe for some personal pride or something? Don't know. Oh, that's a bit more front wing there for Joe. Joe hasn't got one anymore. This is going to be very difficult for Joe with these last 2 laps. Here comes Giroux. Joe just trying to hold on as such. Giroux has been held up massively here by Joe. He's trying it. Oh, and he's got the move done. I don't think Joe actually has a front wing. Get a shot? No. The whole right hand side is practically gone. That is orange wing damage there. And I think there's a piece of the left hand side missing as well. So yeah, Joe's limping. Joe will comfortably get second, but is limping. Let's go on board with the leader, the new leader. Giroux is going to lead 1.5 laps, and will lead them 1.5 laps to victory. Getting the overtake done on lap 38 out of 39. Gap's now 2.2, and as we start the final lap, looks like it is in the bag for Giroux. No one can stop him other than himself. Just like to remind you that ILR 5 and ILR 4 are on in 13 minutes time. I'll be racing in ILR 4, so this race isn't exactly giving me much leeway to give me a bit of break, but got to fight through. Let's just hope for the best. As he comes through the Noble chicane for the final time, and Giroux, fairly good race, kept himself. Probably didn't think he was going to win. Probably didn't think that both the racing points were going to bottle. But anyway, Giroux coming through the swimming pool chicane for the final time, coming through the Rascasse for the final time. Perigno has made an error. What's happened here quickly? Oh, there's been an absolute pile-up at the chicane, but it doesn't really matter. Giroux wins the Monaco Grand Prix. I do not know what's happening with Scott, Stiggy, Bastos, not Bastos, Mats, Heavy T. I don't even have a clue. Joe will get second. Oh no, he's run out of fuel. Oh no! Oh no! Well, Joe got third. Joe ran out of fuel on the final corner and has lost second. Well then. Well. But Nipro to the line will get P4. I don't think he'll get Joe. No. And Big W 5th. have to skip all this and then go through the order, and then I'll have to end the stream because I do not have long. So, whenever it loads. So, Drew wins the race, Heavy T second, Joe third, Nipro fourth, Big W fifth, JTX sixth, Bastos seventh, Stiggy eighth, Matt's ninth and Biggery 10th. That's your top 10. Everyone who finished outside the top 10, Scott, Pinahero, something. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong, I probably have. And Newell 13th. Everyone who retired was Prix, Ocean, Johnny, Aledi and Speed Iceman. That's been it from me, Leon, and I will see you next week for ILR6. Sorry I can't do podium interviews, but ILR4 is in 10 minutes time and I better hop on over there. So I'll see you next time.